So I get to talk about gathering customers. Who wants to learn how to gather a lot of customers, but not just a lot of customers, a lot of good customers that are loyal and will send you referrals? All right. So I'm gonna do my best in the next 10 minutes to give you as much as I can. My hope is that you can at least take away 1 or 2 gold nuggets. And the first thing you need to understand is that when it comes to customer acquisition, it's not about being a great salesperson, okay? You have to shift your perspective, and we're gonna talk about that, and understand that it's more about the psychology and some of the other things behind it. So the first thing is this, we see this in the presentation. What is the reason that the companies we're partnered with pay us to bring them customers? What do we bring to the table that they don't get when they use traditional advertising? Does anybody know? That's right, relationships. What we do is relationship marketing. This is foundational to how we acquire customers. Everybody say foundation. Okay, I want you to remember this because this is our strength zone. And what you want to do is you want to compete in your strength zone. Don't try to compete the same way that our competition does, which is through pricing and gimmicks and all this advertising. We are being paid for our relationships. Now, second idea. Everybody say second idea. Okay, so customer acquisition, it has to start with yourself. We're gonna watch this video.
Be a product of your product. Before you try to be persuasive, be sure that you are persuading yourself. Before you try to convince, become convinced. Just like you shouldn't ask someone to do what you've not done or wouldn't do, you shouldn't ask someone to buy what you would buy. Before persuading, be persuaded. Before convincing, become convinced. Before selling, buy it yourself. If you haven't or wouldn't buy what you sell, I suggest not doing that any longer. Why? Because there is a great chance that you won't be very good.
So why won't you be very good at it? So let me give you an example. If you want to refer someone to a restaurant and you've never been to that restaurant, you have no experience with it, how are you going to refer that to your friend? You don't even know what to talk about. You're just going to say, hey, go check out that restaurant. It doesn't really carry much weight. Let's say you've heard about this restaurant, you heard it has good reviews, but you've never actually been there. And when your friend says, well, have you eaten there? Well, no, I wouldn't go and eat there. Well, then why? How are you going to refer that restaurant? But if you've been there and you love that restaurant, let me tell you, Brown's Social House, I love Brown's. Don't get me started about Brown's. I could quote their entire menu right now. I know what I want before I sit down. The blackened chicken is so good, so good. You should definitely go to Brown's. Can you tell the difference, right? Now, the thing is that when you experience something for yourself and you know about it, you have that experience, you move from just selling to referring, right? What you can do is you can just be real and authentic. You don't have to come up with things to say. You're just referring something that you already have experience with. And so that's what we want to do. And now when you tie in that relationship and you're referring, that's when things start to get better. So before I talk about what you should do to gather customers, let's talk about some things that you shouldn't. First one is you don't focus on price. This is what our competition does. It works when we're cheaper, but we're not always going to be cheaper, right? Prices change. That's how you lose customers quickly. What you want to do is you want to focus on value. Value is about more than just price. And you want to focus on relationship, which we're going to dig in. Now people say, but Mike, price matters. If price mattered, and sorry if anyone drives a Nissan Micra, but all we would see on the road is Nissan Micras. We would not see luxury cars and sports cars and big trucks and SUVs. So price is not the only thing that matters. Don't focus on technology. Most people don't care about owning the latest cutting edge technology. Unless you're talking about Apple and it's me, then I definitely want the new iPhone Pro. Especially that orange one, it's so nice. Don't bash the competition, right? Tearing down the competition to make yourself look better, it doesn't make you look better, it just shows your character. So just, let's not do that. Expecting reciprocity, right? Don't do something nice for someone and then immediately ask for a favor in return. It just makes the original favor ingenuine. And then the last one is don't be indirect. I usually play a video here, but I'm just gonna talk about it. Has anybody ever gotten a message on Facebook from someone you haven't talked to in a really long time, and they just reach out of the blue and they're just chit-chatting and saying, hey, how's it going? How's your family? What have you been up to? What do we all think when has anybody got that message before? And what do we think when we're getting that? What does this person want? What are they gonna ask me for, right? So when you butter someone up before asking them for a favor, let's say you're going to ask them to be your customer or approach them about the business, just be direct. And this goes for people that you haven't talked to in a long time, right? People will appreciate when you're just direct. You can follow up with the pleasantries. You can say, hey, I need a big favor, and explain what I'm going to go through. And then you can say, by the way, this would be a really great chance for us to catch up. Haven't talked to you in a long time. It'd be really nice, right? But just be direct. All right, now let's talk about what you should do, starting with the psychology behind it. Everybody say, start with why. Start with why. People don't buy what you offer, they buy why you're offering it. And all the greatest companies, I'll use Apple as an example again, they know how to tap into the why of selling their products. They don't start with all the features and the pricing, and I mean, it's not cheap. Again, people would not buy iPhones, they would buy the cheapest phone. But understand, it's all about that why. The goal is to do business with people who believe what you believe, right? Not with people who just need what you have. Everybody needs the services that we have. But again, with the relationships, the goal is to do business with people that we can connect with. So what does this look like? There's a principle in his book called Start With Why. It's called the Golden Circle. Everybody say Golden Circle. And so what it looks like is you've got the what on the outside. The what is the services, the price, the technology, right? The facts. The how is we use an online store, relationship marketing, word of mouth. And then the why is your mission, the reason that you're building ACN. Now, IBLs that struggle to acquire customers, they communicate from the outside in. They start with the what, the facts, the pricing. Sometimes they'll talk about the how, we use an online store, and they rarely, if ever, even talk about their why, right? What you want to do is you want to reverse the order. And so when you reverse the order and you start from why, you move people who share those same beliefs into action, right? And customers will be comfortable buying multiple services from you and even sending you referrals because they believe in what you're doing. They want to support your cause. They want to support your reason for building ACN. So this is it. This is the secret sauce to customer acquisition in ACN. This is the ACN system for customer acquisition. I have gathered dozens and dozens of customers using this exact system. I have customers that I acquired over 10 years ago that are still my customer because they're loyal, and customers that send referrals because this is how I did it. So the system sounds like this. Hey, Tim, can you do me a huge favor? I really need your help.
Of course.
Awesome. So listen, the reason I'm asking you for a favor is actually I started a business on the side because I'm trying to save up some money to go back to school. I want to get my third degree or whatever. So I'm building this business on the side. I actually just offer services. You're already paying for them, like gas and electric. If I could offer you a service that you're already using, I'll do my best to provide same or better value. Would you help me out and just be my customer? Awesome. So what you see there is I started with the why, right? I didn't start with what I'm selling. I didn't start with we didn't even talk about price. I said I'll do my best to provide the same or better value. But this is the secret sauce. And there's other things you can use here instead of your personal why. But what you want to do is find something that you can connect with that other person. So you could talk about charity, right? Feeding kids. If it's a business owner, you can say, hey, I like to support local business owners. I assume you do too. I have a business. But I've found that if you can connect on your why, it's the easiest, it's the most natural way to talk to people. You just explain, this is why I'm doing it. I need your help. I'm trying to hit a promotion. I'm trying to do, I'm building this business for this reason. That's it. That's the ACN system for customer acquisition. Now understand that this is meant for your warm market. And what is your warm market? It's people you have a relationship with. And the stronger the relationship it is, the better this is going to work, the warmer that market is. But any relationship, you can use this. Just find a connection point. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 rapid-fire tips before I wrap up to take your customer acquisition to the next level. So the first one is this. Do you treat your customers better than the competition? Are you wishing them a happy birthday? It's very simple. It's easy to do. Just put it in your phone. Are you checking in with them on a regular basis? Again, just set a reminder. Check in with them every few months. Send them a gift card when they refer someone to you, right? You can use your Zoom Extras points for that. And then keep notes, right? If it's somebody you don't talk to very often, you don't see very often, hey, I forget all the time, key details and stuff. Just keep some notes about, their kids, their vacation plans, all of that kind of thing, so you connect with them better when you talk to them. Number 2, this is the big one for me, referrals. Tapping into referrals is the best way to expand your warm market And the way that you can do this is because you treat your customers so well, you've connected with them based on the relationship and your why. Now, the way referrals work is that when your customer refers someone to you, they have a relationship. You don't have a relationship. But your customer also trusts you. And so when they connect you, that gives you the credibility that you need to now have that relationship with them, and it's not just this cold connection anymore. Now, how do you get the referrals? You use our favorite help why system, right? You can go to your existing customers and say, hey, I need a big favor. Can you help me out? I'm trying to hit this promotion. I'm trying to go on this trip for our family or whatever that is that you're trying to do. Explain the why, and then just ask them, can you refer 2 people to me? I know you've been using the service for a while. If you like the service, help me out, refer a couple people. I have dozens and dozens of referrals. I have chains of referrals that I can't even trace back to the original customer anymore because I've lost track, because I've just treated my customers well and helped them out when they need it, and then encourage them to refer people to me. So this is a really good way to get customers. Third tip. Everybody say number 3?
Number 3.
All right, we're still awake. Are you treating this like a real business or even like your job, right? It's pretty simple. Make sure you're keeping a list of people, your customer prospects. Track when you're contacting them, when you're going to follow up, right? Ask for permission to follow up. If you ask someone, hey, maybe their contract's not up right now on their cell phone or whatever it is, say, okay, can I follow up with you when your contract's up? And then set reminders, again, and stick to it. And then the last one is turning your customers into IBOs, right? So are you offering your customers the opportunity for the business? When I talk about referrals, you don't want to pounce on people that are being referred to you about the business immediately, because that's not why they're coming to you, and that would be weird, right? But when you're showing them the services and they're ready to sign up, I would hope that you're saying before they sign up, by the way, would you like to know how you can actually get paid on your services? Would you like to know how you can actually get your services for free? They might say yes, they might say no, they might just be like, I can't talk about that right now. That's fine, you can follow up with them later, right? Or if someone's referring people to you, that would be a really good opportunity to say, well, hey, do you want to know how you can actually just get paid to refer people to these services instead of referring them to me, right? So make sure you're doing this, because I found that you can have 2 ways to build this business. You can approach people to be your customer first and then still show them the business. And then you can also approach people and show them the business, and then they can be your customer if they're not interested in joining your team. And so we will wrap up here with a quick call to action, and then I'll bring up our next trainer. So first thing here is review your why. Make sure you know your why. You can say it just like without any practice. And then practice that system, the favor, help, why approach. You should be able to say that without even looking at a script. It's a very simple system. Ask 5 of your existing customers for 2 referrals. You go out and do that. You got 10 new customers. You got 10 new people that could potentially be an IBO on your team. Then show the business to 5 of your existing customers. Set up a system for reminders and tracking. I just like to use the reminders on my phone, simple. And then if you don't have your services for free, go out and get your services for free. Hit your next point milestone. If you do that, get your services for free, it gets even easier to talk about ACM when you got free gas, free electric, free internet, right? Like, it's just so easy.